Okay, y'all. So these are the two items that I bought in the last few days now. Like on Thursday, I bought this scooter here. It's a Ninebot kick scooter model ES3. And I'll have a review for that in a bit. And then this bike, I had just bought this one. So this was $300 and this one was $579. And this one is advertised to have a 600 watt motor, while this one's advertised to have a 350 watt motor, and then the battery range is advertised as like 28 miles range, as you could see the features or the, and then this one is advertised for 15 miles range. I'm not sure where I saw it here somewhere. Oh yeah. And then, well, and they both go about the same speed according to the bike has a twist throttle. So it's like a motorcycle. This is more like a motorcycle style compared to the scooter. So I'm gonna open up the box and see how it is. Hi all of y'all. Hi YouTubers, this is Gil. So I'm gonna post a video review about these two vehicles that I bought at Costco. Yeah. So for the Segway, the Ninebot scooter, there's like the instructions for it, and there's like the quick guide or the quick start. This is what it looks like. Wow, this is like the other side for another language, but there's the English. So that's the quick start. And then there's the full manual, and then there's the warranty. All the, here's a full manual. It's an ES3 model. And then it goes to the, no, that's like, yeah, this is the specifications. And for the other language, the specifications for the Jetson, I think it might be in here too. But anyway, oh well. Specifications. Okay, numbers. Okay, this is the specifications for the Jetson bike. So anyways, the number one that I bought, it was just on Thursday that I bought this scooter at Costco. This one was $579 plus tax and everything. But this scooter is advertised to have a 600 watt motor, and it can go up to 28 miles on a charge. And also it's like how you call it, the battery, well, and then the miles per hour is advertised to go about 15-16 miles an hour. And then it does have like 3 modes, but I'm going to show you the box of this scooter. So the way this one operates real quick, or the things that I know about it so far, there's the accelerator, and then there's the electronic brake, and of course the other brake, the mechanical brake, is this one right here. It's to push it in. So this is the way the scooter looks. It makes me think of everything like the bird scooter. It's everything like the bird, you know, like. And then over here it has a, so to turn it on, we push it once, It's flickering, but that's the way this camera is recording it. And then with this, we gotta have a Bluetooth with our phone. We gotta hook it up to the phone. So yeah. So it says it on the manual that we have to activate the scooter before we can use it. Otherwise, it's just gonna be limited functionality on it. So this is the app for the scooter. I get a Segway Ninebot. So this is like the record. This is what I rode on the scooter, and basing it on that ride, this is my the thing that I have to say about it. But so right now the thing is well, like to turn on the Bluetooth. Well, we're supposed to yeah, hang on. We should turn on the app and then turn on the scooter, but we have to set it all up first. But anyway, but it can be used without the phone, I would say, I guess so. But anyway, so this is the app for the scooter. But on this scooter, we could turn on the light right here. There's a light right here. We press this button once, we click it once to turn on that light, and then we click it twice, like the computer, to change the modes. See, right now, there's no icon there, so that would be the slowest mode. And then we click it twice, and then the white S there, that's kind of like the medium speed mode. And then if we click it twice again, it will get the red S, and that's like the sport mode, the high speed mode. So with these modes, it's like the one without the S, that's like the economy mode, where it's like the slowest mode, or like the lowest power, but we get a long range on the battery, and we can get probably 28 miles on a single charge, but it won't go faster than 17 kilometers per hour, which it translates to 10 miles an hour. But on this mode, we can go up to about 22 kilometers per hour, which translates to 12, 13 miles an hour. And then on this mode, the red S, which is the highest mode, this is where we get a lot of power, and this is very fast. It's a very fast scooter, I tell you. It's very fast too, man. It's yeah, this is the mode that you have to be careful on, because if you're not careful, you're gonna wreck the thing, and you're gonna mess yourself up. You're gonna have a nasty fall with this. So yeah, you gotta be careful with this mode. So I mean, for me, I like this mode because it's fun. It's more fun to ride with this mode because it takes off so fast. It's cool, man. I love how I ride. It takes off really fast, and apparently it's really easy to operate. I mean, it's super easy to operate the thing. So yeah. And so the price of this is $579, which can be pretty steep for some people, but I mean, it does have enough batteries to give about 28 miles on a charge. So yeah. So my experience with this so far, based on the around 20 miles that I rode with this, I mean, my experience, one of the things that I have to say is very unstable. It can be unstable if you're not careful. With these, you have to be very careful with these because, the wheels are tiny. Since the wheels are really small, any small imperfection on the road, it'll send you flying on the floor, So you gotta be careful with this, especially when you're going fast on this. I mean, especially when you use the sport mode on this, you have to be very careful with this, you know. And for those of you who are brand new to riding, I really recommend you wearing a helmet and some scrape guards, you know, like some knee pads. I would really recommend you wearing those if you're new at riding this, or if you're going to use the sport mode. I think like either mode actually works pretty good on this, actually. I mean, even the slow mode, well, we can go to 10 miles an hour, but it's not really that slow. I mean, it's not like something that's really unbearably slow, but it works well on the economy mode, you know. And that would be the mode that you should use for any youngster. If you're gonna let a youngster ride this, that would be the safer mode for the youngsters to use, or at least starters. Yeah, so overall, I think this scooter is a lot of fun. I mean, I would think of it more like a recreational use thing. It's not. I wouldn't use it for transportation. It's not something that I should use for transportation, except if you're like in an area like LA, like where it's really busy. You could use it for transportation in really in these crowded areas. But then, you know, there's probably laws regulating the use of these things. Yeah, there is. I think you have to wear a helmet. I don't know the full laws. But another thing that's great about this too is since it's like really small, like since it's like compact, because you could fold this. These are foldable, which is neat, you know. The way we do that, we push the lever and we push the handlebar up a little bit, or we have to push the handlebar forward a little bit and then we just click it with this. That's the one thing that I think is neat about this, because we could fold it and it's really easy to transport it, you know. Like it would be great, like perhaps like even going to your job or something, or if you want to go on the bus with it. You know, I have not tried it. I don't think they would care if we brought that in the bus. But so anyway, I mean, it's ultra portable, you know. I would think of it. That's what's another thing that's great about it. It's ultra portable. I mean, it's easy to carry around, or it's easy to store it, you know, because it's compact, you know. That's what's neat about it, you know. That's what I have to say is neat about this, you know, about that, you know. That's the part I think is neat. To unfold it, there it is. And then it has a little kickstand right here. So, yeah. So my question is, how happy am I with the purchase? I would say I'm 100% happy, because I love how it rides. I love how it works. I mean, I love how powerful it is too. There's like a lot of power, you know. It takes off really fast on the sport mode, and even the other modes, it's still a lot of fun to ride it on the other modes, you know. Like you just hop on it and then it just goes, you know. And you just press the accelerator and it goes. Yeah. And one other thing, I would say it takes about maybe 5 hours to completely charge a dead battery. And basing it on my last ride, I think on the sport mode, I probably got about maybe, I was using the sport mode in the last while. So, I mean, I think it's noticeable that it eats more batteries. So, yeah, I mean, I probably would say that it could give me 15 miles, you know, like I would say, I mean, it gave me 15 miles, maybe half the range of the 28 miles that it's advertised on the sport mode, you know. On the highest speed mode, but I know that's like the mode that I would use if I want to get up and go, you know, if I want to be in a hurry, because it goes up to 27 kilometers per hour on the sport mode, and sometimes it can go to 30 under some conditions, which translates to like almost 20 miles an hour. Like it was like 18 miles an hour or something, you know, on the sport mode. Yeah, so that's the review for this one. Okay, now for the review for this Jetson Bolt Pro bike. Okay, we'll talk about like some of the things that it comes with. But for the Jetson bike, there's the instructions, and this is what it looks like. And this is the instructions. I haven't really fully read through it yet, but and everything. Battery's running out on this camera, so. And then this, it looks like a little card. And this is the charger for the Jetson bike. Looks like a computer charger. So at Costco, I paid $2.99 for this, which is kind of like half the price of this scooter here. But for $2.99, man, I rode this thing already for like 5 or 10 miles. I rode it for 10 miles already, and I would have to say this is a really nice bike. You know, it rides really good for the price. Or I mean, like, I would say overall it just rides good. It is a good riding bike. You know, like if I was gonna compare it with the Extreme 300 lithium electric bike that I used to have, a full-size mountain bike that I used to have, but I sold it later on. I mean, that bike, if I would compare it to that bike, this one is better off. This is much better. It performs better than that Extreme 300 lithium bike that I used to have. You know, I used to have that silver one. That was from back like 5-6 years ago that I bought that bike, but I sold that one a while back. 2 years ago I sold it because I was never using it. But if I was going to compare that bike with the 300 lithium, this is better. This is better off. The performance is much better off. And not only that, what I like on this is that it's more compact. It's a compact bike, so it's easier to like store it away. I mean, yeah, it's easier to store it away. Like, and you can even fold it too. Supposed to be right here. Right here, like you can actually take off the handlebar, or you could unfold the handlebar. That way you can make it more foldable, you know, like that way the handlebar won't get in the way. But I mean, it is really not ultra portable, really. It's not, it really isn't, you know. But, and then the seat, of course, is adjustable. It's like a traditional mountain bike seat, you know. So yeah, and then over here you could adjust the handlebar, like you could adjust it like whatever way you want to adjust it. You adjust it like whatever way is comfortable, and then you lock it right here, and then it won't move. So, and then this one, I guess this one has a light too, also has a light. And then this one has the reflectors like a traditional bike, you know. So, and then it has these little fenders. You know, like the way the bike is shaped and the way it looks, it kind of makes me think of an exercise bike. And then, yeah, and then it does have disc brakes on the front and the back, and it does have a brake lever for each of the wheels, apparently. The scooter, on the scooter, like, it has an electronic brake right here. It's electronic because it just stops the wheel electronically, and then of course a mechanical brake on the back. But they're not. These brakes are much better than these are. So yeah, and then so yeah, basing it on the first ride, this is advertised to have a 350 watt motor, and the range is about 15 miles, which is a little less, which is half of the scooter there apparently. So. And it does have a twist throttle instead of the electronic throttle there. It has a twist throttle here, and then you turn it on right here. You turn on the power, and it's going to show you the battery lever or level. I guess it's high and down, and I'm not sure what this button is. I have to read the instructions more. So yeah, so I just know that riding this for like 5 to 10 miles just like earlier today, the experience was really good. It rode really nicely, you know. It rode beautifully, you know, like comfortably. It was comfortable, and it was like, and it was not nearly as bumpy as it was on the scooter. Like the scooter is very, very bumpy ride. It's a very bumpy ride on the scooter. And then with the scooter, since the wheels are so small, you have to be careful of any small imperfections on the road, or else if you're not careful, it's gonna send you flying down to the floor, you know. But with this bike, that's not an issue with this bike. You know, I can run into some little imperfections, and the bike takes it no problem. You know, like even little rocks, or even sort of like big indentations of the road, like a pothole, like a small potholes. This bike will take it no problem. But not the scooter. I could not ride the scooter in any place like that. You know, like if you're gonna ride in an area like where I live, I mean, there's a lot of potholes in the streets where I live, so I could not use the scooter on the roads on my area. But this bike I could use it like a normal bike, like any bike that I've been. So, you know, this bike is a good one. I mean, the acceleration is not too bad. I mean, the acceleration on it is kind of equal to, say, like kind of like the how you call it, the sport mode, not the sport mode, but the one below, like the mode 1 and mode 2. It's similar to mode 1 and mode 2, the acceleration. But I think it's probably more like similar to mode 2 on the scooter, the acceleration. It's pretty good, you know, but you get the advantage with the pedals, because if you want to take off fast, you pedal along with it. You pedal along with the throttle. You pedal along with the throttle for extra power takeoff, and then you use the pedaling if you want to climb a hill or something, you know. So, and that's the other thing that's neat about this bike. It has a pedal. You could ride it like a normal bike, like such as like if you ran out of batteries on the bike, you could pedal you could pedal your way home. On the scooter, if you ran out of batteries, well, you would have to scoot. You would have to like do that. But I mean, it's better pedaling a bike than to do that with the scooter, than to scoot with the scooter. So I think so. If I was gonna have my say what this bike, I mean, like, yeah. And another thing about this bike, it doesn't have a speedometer. It doesn't have a speedometer like this one does. This one has a speedometer. Also, this bike, we don't hook it up to a Bluetooth or anything. So yeah, I mean, there's no Bluetooth needed on this. But on the scooter, we need the Bluetooth with the phone, you know, to operate it. But I mean, I know you can operate it without the phone, but it's limited functionality. But I mean, I'm not really fully sure on everything. But I just know that we need the app for the phone, basically. But I mean, but on this bike, we don't need it. There's no apps to run on this bike. There's no Bluetooth or anything. So if I was gonna have my say, which of these two bikes, which one of these would be great for a normal person? Well, it sort of depends, but I think the better value would be this bike, because you could do more things. You could do more things with this bike than you can with the scooter. Like for the case of, like, you could ride everywhere. You could ride anywhere. You could ride on any kind of road condition with that bike. But with the scooter, it has to be flat only. It has to be flat. But with this scooter, though, you get a long range. You get a longer range, and you get more power with this scooter. With the scooter and everything, and you get a longer range. Like, you could go a longer distance between charging the battery, but with this bike, you only get half the range of the scooter. But with the bike, though, I feel like overall this bike is a lot more safer to use than the scooter is. So this bike is more safer, and the experience on riding it's more comfortable, apparently, because it's not bumpy like the scooter is. And of course, the bike has a comfortable seat that you could sit on, and you could ride it like a normal bike. So I think overall the better overall value is the bike. You know, like if I'm not talking about the price, if I'm talking about the overall experience, I would think the bike is a better experience using it than the scooter. The scooter is more like for recreation use only. I would think of it as a recreation thing only. Although you could use it for transportation too. Because the thing that's good about it is that it's like you could fold it and it's very compact, or it's more portable. It's much more portable than this bike is. You know, it's easier to put it away. You could easily like even put it under your bed or something if you wanted to. Like if you live in an apartment, like in an apartment like in LA or something, you could easily put it next to your bed or something, you know, in your closet. But with this bike, you know, you could still it's still easy to put the bike away, but it's more cumbersome, but I mean, it's still pretty portable too, you know. So overall, I think the experience on the bike is a win over, because like it's more things that's good about the bike than it is of the scooter. But the scooter is more like a recreation thing, like for more like for fun, and the bike is more like for transportation. The range, you know, it seems like the range on the bike is actually pretty good. I mean, so far, I rode it for 5 miles, and the battery was like, no, it's still pretty well charged right now. And so, yeah, I mean, and it's more comfortable, and we could ride over small potholes, no problem. So, I would say overall, I mean, if you want to buy one of these things, it'd probably be better to buy the bike instead, because, I mean, it's more, how we call it, the bike is more like, how we call it, how we call that word, more, yeah, because I like the word I was trying to find, I guess. The bike is more practical than this, because like, I mean, it's just more practical. This bike is more practical apparently than the scooter. And you know, you figure also because it's easier to lock the bike, you know. You can't even really lock a scooter. You can't even lock the scooter, you know. The only way you can really go somewhere is to bring it in with you or something. Well, since it's portable, you cool. I'm sure stores wouldn't mind bring the scooter inside, you know, I'm sure. But the bike is more practical for the average user, you know, for the average person. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, as long as your job is like not more than, say, like 5-6 miles away, I mean, you could use this to go to work and back with it, as long as it's not more than like, well, if your job was 10 miles away, yeah, if they would let you charge it, yeah, I mean, so, I mean, it's advertised to have 15 miles out of it. It makes a good bike for like general purpose riding, you know, like, yeah, so that was my say about these two bikes, and I can tell you, I love them both, you know, I really love them both, man. They're so much fun to ride, man, I tell you, I mean, incredible amount of fun to ride, you know, I tell you. So yeah, why not get both, you know? Yeah, I mean, like the scooter, for me, the way I would think of it, the scooter, I would be using that one mostly for recreation, like if I go to San Diego or something, or one of these days, like when we go to like a place like that, San Diego, like go to the parks or go to the areas like streets, like in an area where I mean, where we could ride it like with a lot of flat roads or flat streets, like it would be for my entertainment. But you know, it's more like how we call it, like recreation use, for sport and recreation. The scooter, I would use a scooter for that, but I would use it for too, if I want to take a quick ride to a friend's house or something, you know. More like recreation, the scooter is. That's more recreation use mostly. Well, that's the way that's how I want to use a scooter though. So, and then this bike is what I would use for the practicality of it, you know, like that would be the practical thing for me to use overall, you know, like if I want to go to a store with it, then yeah. So anyway, well, that's that. Hope you liked my reviews on this. Alrighty. Okay. So I'm opening up the box. See how it looks on the inside of the box. So here it is. A bike. God dang, it's heavy too. I got some assembling to do on this apparently. Damn, it's actually pretty heavy. So yeah, this is the bike. Some assembling required. So yeah, a lot of padding and interesting. So the rest of the stuff in the box. Gonna need a knife or I need scissors or a knife. So this is the way the bike looks. Gotta get like a cutter or something. I need a cutter, but well. Take off all the padding and stuff. So. There's like all this protective material. There's a lot more of this stuff on this bike, on this, than the scooter, what the scooter had. Cool. So this is the bike right here. And that thing is probably actually already ready to go, probably. Oh, there's a kickstand right here. Oh, okay. Look, I guess this is how it goes. It's like it's ready to go. I'm not sure how it goes, but okay. Oh, that's cool. It's already put together. Oh, what was that? The heck was this? I think that's a bell. The heck is this? An item to the store. Huh. Okay. I could take this off too. Apparently it's easy to take it apart or take it out of the bag and all that stuff, apparently. Take off all the bag. Wow, it's actually very simple, you know, as I could see it. But I'm not sure how tall of a person can fit on this bike, but like kind of like a traditional bike in a way. I'll find out right now. Okay, it fits me really good. See this? I'm already like test riding this thing. How funny. Wow, it's actually running already. Oh, it's running already. Although it's probably not as strong as a scooter, but actually I have to activate this, I think. Well, I don't know if it's a Bluetooth or not, because I know the scooter is, but I don't think this is Bluetooth. Well, anyway, oh well, okay. Okay, I'm gonna go for a test drive on this, or test ride. See how it is. See how the power is and everything, you know. I wanna see how it is. That dog ready to get out. No, you're not. No, you're not. I don't want you to get out right now. It'll be running around and causing trouble. Okay, let's see. See how this is. Well, first of all, I can ride it like a bike. Ride it like a normal bike. But I can ride it like a bike. It's actually not bad, huh? Not bad. It's much better than the scooter when it comes to riding in rough areas. Actually not bad, man. It's not bad, man. Although it doesn't have a speedometer like the scooter, but I mean, it's actually not bad, man. And the pedals is actually good to assist for the hills. If we want to go on the hills, if we want to help it go on the hills, the pedals is good for that. Yeah, it's actually a nice bike, man. It's not a bad bike. Wow. And it's like small, like where it could fit, like, see, you can pedal, it could either pedal or it could just like ride it like a, and then here's the throttle. It's a twist throttle. This is like more safer than the scooter, really. It's more safer, apparently. Yeah, this is more safer than the scooter because, you know, I don't have to worry about when I run into these little imperfections, you know, like shit, I'll lose control on that scooter, you know. Ride's good, man. Like I say, it's a lot more safer than the scooter. Let's see how it does on the hills. It's not bad, really. Well, if I assist it, if I pedal assist, it'll go up the hills like no problem. And then it has brakes right here, which is better because on the scooter the brakes. It has like an electronic brake right here on the scooter, and then it has like a little foot brake on the back. But on this bike, it's the hand brakes for the 2 wheels. I think this one is, it works good, man. There's no speedometer on this, so I'm not sure what this button is for. Not really sure. I'm not sure what this button is for. Maybe it's for power assist. This bike is a lot more safer than that scooter, man. But the scooter is more fun. We can make adjustments here. Yeah, if we pedal, we get assistance. Yeah, it's a lot more. This is a lot better off than the scooter, in all honesty. This is better off than the scooter. Here, open this.
Oh my lord.
Instructions. put it together. Probably not. It's not much to it.
Meron na so much bigger. Oh, lahat ata meron. Like, it's huge.
Yeah,
Look
Baba.
at my foot compared to this. Yun nga eh.
And babies. By Segway.
Meron na din. Meron na holiday pay.
Okay.
It's heavy.
Yeah, I'm gonna put. Yeah, this scooter is badass. Yeah. I'm gonna ride the scooter again. Well, it seems like we have to ride, because we have to actually, how do you call it? Because we have to connect it to this app in order for the scooter to work. I'm gonna record my first trip here, I guess. I'm gonna ride it a little bit. And for the modes, there's like 3 modes on the scooter. Or 2 or something. I know there's a sport mode, which is like the fast one. Like the red one right there says that's the sport mode. Meaning that this is like it's a fast one. So I'll tell ya. And it's like it's reading in kilometers per hour, not miles. So I'm gonna record my trip. I record the use of the scooter. Only thing though, you have to be careful. And it would appear to me that the only way that we really could ride this recording while recording is to use a GoPro. We cannot hold any cameras or any, not like on a regular bicycle. I could actually hold the camera and ride the bike at the same time, although I would have to go slow, but I could do it. Well, unless I go really slow on the scooter, I cannot. This scooter is really fast. I'm gonna point the camera downwards so I could face outward, and then this camera will record the scooter. tell you, any little bump you might see on this, any little bump we come around to, man, it can make us lose control. Big time, man. Any imperfection on the road should make us lose control. Any small, even a small imperfection. Small imperfection. Okay, be careful of that. Picture of me. Certainly cannot jump off curbings. I can tell you that much. Man, that damn thing is too much fun, huh? That's it. up that hill. So this is the scooter. The scooter works really well. So you gotta check out this scooter here. So this is Ninebot by Segway. And I think Segway is a good brand of scooter. So yeah, or a brand of electric vehicles. So yeah. Well, no, it seems like it works. Like it'll work without that. I think I know where I want to ride. Shit. Yeah, one thing about this though, man. Rough rider. I want to ride to like maybe that park. Shit, careful. It's too rough.